So this subject here, depending on when it actually comes across your desk, could be frustrating, confusing, stressful, cause a lot of anxiety, and those kind of things can happen if you're on the receiving end of a phone call from your group when they receive a penalty letter for either penalty A or penalty B. I promise you, I say this so many times on my videos, and I do this because I hear it a lot, I see it a lot. I'm actually on the calls when these happen, and that is, you do not want to be the broker of record when one of your groups gets this letter on your watch. Whether it's a letter for penalty A or penalty B, you don't want to, because the group's going to blame you for not protecting them from this, for not educating them on this. So this is kind of high level. I encourage you to look out for my newsletter that I'm going to put out on this, where I dive a little bit deeper. I show a couple formula calculations to kind of help you wrap your head around this, because if you've only sold major medical for most of your career, then you've never really had to worry about penalty A or penalty B, because a fully insured plan covers that. But in this day and age, a lot of folks are moving away from major medical, moving away from self-funding, level funding, because they can't afford it, and they're looking more at MEC plans. MEC plans can protect you from these penalties and also mitigate from heftier penalties. So first and foremost, the penalties in 2023 are a lot heftier than the previous years. So right now, if your group receives a penalty for penalty A, that's if they are found to be an applicable large employer, which they call an ALE, which means they have 50 or more full-time employees and full-time equivalents. If they are shown that they have not offered at least minimum essential coverage, then they're going to be fined $2,880 per employee. Depending on the company size, that could be a very hefty employee. They do an audit and they do a global penalty for all employees, okay? The difference between penalty A and penalty B is that penalty B gets put on an employer per employee that goes to the state and gets a subsidy, or some people call it a premium tax credit, because the employer was not offering sufficient coverage that met the required ACA mandates, meaning the plan did not meet minimum essential coverage or minimum value, so they had to go to the state and get a subsidy and receive a plan. So in that case, your group's going to receive a penalty per employee for $4,320. Again, you don't want to be the broker of record when these things happen, because a lot of times you're backpedaling and it makes it worse. And also it makes you very vulnerable to that competing broker who's been calling on the group, waiting for their opportunity. Promise you, this is the best opportunity for a broker to displace you if you're not on top of this. So anyway, again, look out for my article. I dive a little bit deeper. I'm very easy to connect with. You can reach me on LinkedIn, go onto my website, fill out my contact form. My Calendly link is placed everywhere, including my LinkedIn profile. So I definitely would love to hear from you. I like the Calendly link because it allows you to schedule an appointment with me that best fits your schedule. So please look into this. If you'd like to know more, I'd love to talk to you real soon.